It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
And welcome to the Realm of Geekdom. This is Nerd Breaking News. Welcome back. This is episode 4 reaction to Xmen 97 season 2. But before we go ahead and jump in and give our perspective of it, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that bell before you miss any of our episodes. So let's jump right into it. We'll go with the professor. Let's get your reaction to episode 4.
It's a masterpiece. Greatness. Perfection. They hit a home run. They've done an amazing job with the production of the show. And they've done an even better job at going deep into Marvel lore and finding ways to integrate it into X-Men without fully explaining to you what it is that you're actually saying. They've also done a great job at, and you're starting to look at the transition if you watch it carefully enough. They're transitioning things slowly away from the X-Men as a concept, and they're making it about the larger conflict between mutants and humans. And unfortunately, for that narrative to kind of take root, some characters have to die. It is what it is. For Rogue to grow, Gambit has to die. For the Professor to grow, Magneto has to die. For the story to evolve, some of these characters have to be moved out, and some villains have to be moved in. And it's good to see that the show is willing to go to those lengths in order to continue expanding the story. And I also appreciate the Easter eggs they've put all into it. For example, one that I haven't heard yet is that when you see Magneto get shot and you're looking at the three lasers that go through them, it's the onslaught symbol. It's literally purple line, purple line, purple line. It's right there. I thought that was cool. The allusion to Onslaught's helmet earlier, I thought was cool. I appreciate that they haven't fully told everyone who Kandra is, Kang's assistant, when he's back in time, and her ties to Gambit. I appreciate how they don't go into how that's actually Kang's second time as Ramatut and what that means, and not the first. So it gives you a lot to think about. Like, yeah. And then the other piece that I don't hear talked about often is how the tone of Apocalypse at the end of the first season of X-Men 97 is so different from this crazy maniacal homicidal maniac character who they have here, which might lead one to think that maybe they do change Apocalypse's mind. It just takes some time to take root. Because in the last season, he called all the mutants his children, but this season, he's not on that energy at all. So maybe their plan actually did work.
Damn.
Yeah. Because, sorry.
Go ahead. Cook.
For comic book fans out there, the new modern major comic book X-Men moment from the Krakoa age is actually when the X-Men make peace with Apocalypse. Eventually that happens. And when you're looking at it, one of the core themes of the show is that every character is redeemable. Why not? When you're thinking about the impact of the X-Men redeeming Apocalypse, like, that's better than any resurrection they can do. And I think that's along the lines of where they're going. Because, let me know if I'm going on too far of a tangent here. I know I can ramble sometimes. One of the errors in the animated series that you probably caught when you were a kid, but you forgot about as an adult, is that there are 2 apocalypses in the timeline. But the story forgets about the modern one. And instead they go into the future one. But there's another one right there. So maybe this show will pick up on that and clean that up a bit. Because there are a whole bunch of time travel paradoxes in the story. So that's my 10 cents.
Ego.
I think this episode was a killer. The professor said there's so many things that they're getting into. I was not expecting, right? Like in the same episode, to see the origin story of of this character, right? He seems to be more important than what people would understand, right? Like scratching the surface of the development. I think it was amazing that instead of just basically telling you that he exists and he's a great force and just basically trying to beat him, they go back to his origin and they let you know, like, hey, this is how it happened, and this is how they could have solved it, right? But Magneto isn't always on the right side at the right time. I guess it's just early, and he pays for it big time. The fact that I thought that once Magneto was destroyed, I thought that it was Professor X's turn. To be honest, I was just expecting. I was like, okay, let's just end this right now, and let's have this guy come back from the present, late, by the way, Bishop, and just they're both gone. It is what it is. So I'm curious to see if they're gonna dive into Professor dwelling. Why not me? Also, like, what happened? Why did I do wrong? That's always the Professor thing. Like, always going back and say, why could I have done better and whatnot? He's just dwelling in the past. Excited for the next episode. There's only 3 episodes left of this season, or 4.
I see. Go ahead.
Yeah, 4.
4 episodes. Okay. I don't know where this is going. Professor or the kid, if you have any idea, I don't care about the spoilers. Maybe we're not hitting on any of them, but I would love to know what you guys think.
I have my theory, but
go ahead.
It's just a theory. So I think that in the end, what you're going to get is a conflict between Apocalypse and Kandra, who is Kang's assistant. Because when Kang says, you need someone who's external, what he's alluding to is that there are groups of mutants that are essentially immortal, and she's one of them. And what you've seen is that she is the leader of Gambit's group in the original X-Men TV show. So it would make sense if she's the one who brings Gambit back from the dead. Because what's funny about nerds, and I say this all the time, is that nerds always look back at any old idea like it was good, forgetting that when it first popped up, they hated it. Let's be clear. The whole thing of Gambit as the Horseman of Death, everyone hated that when the comics did it. Not a single person liked it.
Now it's cool.
What's it again?
Now it's cool.
Exactly. Now it's cool. But it'll be cooler if they actually do it right rather than the way they did it before. So,
Professor, what do you think about the end credit?
I don't care about that.
Okay.
I don't.
Where are they going with that?
Wolverine getting his medal back.
Yeah.
But what I don't appreciate about it is how quickly they're doing it, which leads me to believe there's another storyline they want to do with Wolverine that's probably more impactful because
the Horseman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody talking about Gambit being a horseman. Everyone forgets that Wolverine was actually a much better one.
Yep.
And I think that's the direction that they want to go, where he gets his medal back and he's like, ha, it's Apocalypse. Boom. And now he's stuck. And, yeah, I think that's a much better approach. For Magneto's death, I think that the direction that they're going to go there is that he and Xavier were connected when he died.
Mm-hmm.
Magneto's psyche is in Xavier's brain, Onslaught thing. Magneto's quote unquote dead. But in the comics, what they do is he's got a clone somewhere. And when you're looking at the spoilers for the Weapon X episode, there's like a Weapon 18, which doesn't exist in the comics at all. And wouldn't be surprised if it's a clone of Magneto or some crap like that. Like, yeah. And that's their loophole to bring him back. That's where I think they're going to go.
Okay. By the way, there's 5 episodes left.
Nice.
And the last episode was August 12th. My thoughts on the episode is it just keeps getting better. What do I sign? Bring this guy back. You need to have this man come back because I'm scared of a season 3. Anyways, like jokes aside, this is what's so cool about the damn show. When the minute it ended, I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, how is this going to impact present Cable? What the hell is going on in the future? Like the ramifications of every episode. And this is a 35-minute episode. and it was able to do Kang and Apocalypse way better than any movie has done before. And they did it in 35 minutes. Apocalypse is menacing. He's frightening. He's terrifying. The beautiful imagery when in the desert where Xavier's like, oh man, Magneto fell, and let me try to reach out for him. And he's crawling to Magneto, and you see the presence, the shadow of Apocalypse walking down that desert going like, oh my God. The animation, everything about it is just hitting home runs. In terms of the story, I like what Magneto was doing, but I didn't love what Magneto was doing. Oh, let's give him a chance. Dude, you know this man's bad. You know Apocalypse is going to do that. But again, it was pretty cool to see Magneto on that point of view. And to your point, they're leading to the Onslaught thing. So I guess he was a necessary evil. Got to kill him off to get Onslaught. I think it was, I'm making fun of Bischoff for a second, but I think it's pretty weird that you came right after Magneto died. So I was like, let me get him.
I know. Late March.
Right? Like, a time travel cannot be late. That's the whole point of time travel. So you kind of came right into the exact. So I don't know. I thought a little fishy there. When I saw Apocalypse, when he was trying to get into the Celestial thing to get his powers, and then Xavier goes on the floor and he yells out loud, "Somebody stop her from getting in!" And I'm there going like, "What roster?
What about you?
What did you do something? Who's going to stop him? Rogue, Bot, my boy Kirk Wagner, he got his arm broken." Magneto went flying the other way. So I was like, okay, so Bischoff went down. So who else? Who's going to give this man, who's not even fully fledged cell form of DBZ, and he gave them all the work. So I thought it was a cool reveal with Kang, right? With the Ramatata. I think that was cool. I thought that was awesome. The celestial background of the Eternals in correlation to the episode. It just feels like it's such a grand world, and we're only in the past of Ancient Egypt. I cannot imagine. And it gets you pumped for the next episodes to be like, okay, when they go back to the current times, what's going to happen? Where's Jubilee? Where's Cable? Like, what's now we know what Wolverine is doing. And what I've been saying for a while, I love the fact that the storyline is so beautiful that they don't need to show Wolverine every 2 minutes here. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to go to like, man, if he becomes a Horseman with Gambit, just it's the greatest. The MCU's in trouble because this is such a grand story that I hope I'm not hating. I just hope it correlates to the MCU. I hope hey, here you go. Here's the X-Men.
And this is why I'm saying there's almost no way that they're going to do an X-Men movie like that. It doesn't make sense. So you're gonna have this on as a cartoon, and then have like young 20-something-year-old X-Men making whack movies. That's not good business.
To your point, that Feige has, even though it could be superficial, Feige has his hand in this. He's not dumb enough to say, "How could I connect this to the MCU?" Of course, he's going to connect.
That's the problem.
But I think he has to. This is such a masterpiece that to your point, you can't bring a 21-year-old Scott Summers.
Okay. Here's my theory. And it's not about the content, it's about the structure. My theory is that it already is. They're just hiding it like in a really sneaky way. And the thing is that I think that's part of the reason why they had to fire the old guy. Because if you're the old guy's a comic book purist. How's he gonna react when they say, "Hey, let's connect your wonderful show to the MCU now"? I'm sure he went, "No." And they went, "Bye."
Hold on, did he have like legal issues or something besides the?
None of that matters. Look who's president. That doesn't matter. Look who's president. That doesn't matter anymore. When you're looking at it, the way that they put Eson in there, for example, why would you do that if you're not planning on doing something bigger with it?
Yeah.
And the story for that is beyond the scope of an X-Men cartoon. There's no way they want the cartoon to go in that direction. Like, no, that's too big. When you're looking at a potential redemption of Apocalypse, that story's too big. They're laying the groundwork for stories that are too big for the cartoon, and we are hearing time.
It makes me think also that every episode is such a high power stakes, right? Mm-hmm. When you watch the last 15 minutes of this episode, you're like, yo, too many things are going on. There's too many, the stakes are too damn high. Mm-hmm. The poor Magneto literally died. So there's 5 episodes left.
Mm-hmm.
30 minutes. What do we have here? I can do the math, but we have a short amount of time left in the season, and I cannot imagine 3 episodes from now what we're going to talk about, where they're going to go with this.
Exactly.
It's a masterpiece, and it's for me, it's the greatest comic book show not named Batman the Animated Series.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody got some final thoughts of this episode?
Nope.
Man, I'll say this: the old episodes, but I'm looking at it right now. The original Xmen, where it came from in the '90s, 13 episodes season 1, 13 episodes season 2, 19 episodes season 3, 21 episodes season 4.
That's wild.
10 episodes season 5.
That's wild.
So it was a total of 76 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
This is doing less than 10.
Yep.
Man.
They make these in their basement.
Yeah, guys, we'll be back with episode 5 next week. We're fans. We love it. The pressures of the MCU, but that's in a joking manner because doing is going to be amazing. Besides what some YouTube guys think about it. If you have any comments, let us know. What are your thoughts? What are your comments? Let us know if you saw something we didn't see. And again, we love it. Where do we go from here? We'll be there next Wednesday. So, thank you guys.